What's up guys, my name is Alex and welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be looking into the game files of the new hit sensation game R.E.P.O and taking a look at the current levels for the new map, the museum. Now, before we get into the video, I'd like to make a quick apology for not uploading in a little while. After dealing with some personal problems, I was never able to get a video into a spot where I liked it, and now here we are today, and it's been about 6 months since I uploaded. I really gotta just start getting stuff out there and getting back into the swing of things, so I hope you guys enjoy. Now, to start this video off, every level in R.E.P.O is actually split into 4 different sections called modules, and almost every single room in the map is its own separate module, with some larger ones having multiple rooms. The 4 different types of modules are N for normal. These are rooms with a door on all sides, so you will see 4 exits to different modules. There's P for passage. These are usually the skinnier rooms with only 2 doorways on either side. There's DE for dead end, and that's pretty self-explanatory. It is only 1 door in or out, nothing else. And then there is E for extraction, and these are the rooms where your extracts will spawn. Each module type is actually split up into different numbers, 1 through 3, with this being the minimum difficulty curve that those modules can spawn in, with 1 being the easier rooms and 3 being the hardest ones. Usually, the extractions with a 3 in their name will have massive holes that you actually have to go over, either by random planks that are strewn across or staircases. And that's basically it, except there is quite a bit of math that goes into what extracts are chosen, how many are chosen, which modules to choose from, so I will quickly go over that right here. At first, it is relatively simple to understand. It starts by laying out a grid, and the grid decides how large of a level it'll be. Then, in order to decide how many modules your level will have, it'll do some simple math. It'll take the number of levels you've completed, and it'll add 5 to it. Unless you have completed 10 or more, then it'll do a simple 5 plus 10, and that's how you will get the number of modules, which means, according to the math, the largest number of modules in a given level is actually 15. Then it decides the number of extractions you have based on the number of modules. If the number of modules is greater than or equal to 10, you will get 3 extractions. Greater than or equal to 8, you will get 2 extractions. And greater than or equal to 6, you get 1 extraction. Like 15 modules, you get 4. Now, to sum this up without using math, on level 1, you will have the start module, and then you will have 5 additional modules added onto it, adding up to 6. This will give you 1 extraction. On level 2, this will bump up to 8 total. You will have the starting module, and then you will have 7 additional modules, adding up to 8. This will get you 2 extracts. The same happens on level 3. On level 4, you actually end up with 3 extracts. And then as far as I know, from level 6 onwards, you should always be getting 4 extracts. Lastly, the only thing other than that that is generated beforehand is the number of dead ends, where you take the module number and you divide it by 3. The amount of passages and normal modules the level generates seems to be based on a random number generator from what I can see, but I don't really have expertise in coding that kind of stuff, so I can't really tell for sure. Now, with all the confusing stuff out of the way, we can get into the actual levels and what can currently be found in the files. There are currently 11 different modules for the museum level that you can find in-game files. There are 4 passages, 5 normal modules, 1 dead end, and a singular start room. And all of these modules are only a difficulty curve of 1. And unfortunately, there are no extractions for us to look at today. Sorry for the abrupt change in scenery. Welcome to the live commentary portion of the video. Here I will go over the different levels, starting with the passages. So this is corridor 1. As you can see, we have 1 door here on this side, 1 door on this side, no other doors. It's like a connecting room, like I said before. And here I just want to go over the small things you can find in these levels. Not all of them have something crazy. I also just want to show off the level design and the layout so people can get an idea of how it's going to play, maybe. But for this level, the only thing I really want to talk about, there's a weird chair here in the corner. You can't see my mouse, but I'm currently circling the chair. Put a big red circle around it or something. Then over here, we have this guy, this picture guy. And then if I change my field of view a little, back up, we have this little display that says little weird dragon. And no idea what this is hints to, no idea what it means yet, nothing at all. However, you know, little weird dragon is pretty cool. Next, and you won't be able to see this, but if I go to museum, I'll probably be skipping a little bit to skip complete me opening everything. So this is the next corridor type room. It's the next passage. This one you have exit here and here. The only thing in this room that even has any sort of semblance of weirdness or funky design is this sink being here. It's in a very weird spot. We can't see what it's on. However, you can see there is a sink there. Now, moving on. So this is corridor 4. This one has a bit more. It has 2 pictures. We have this picture of the outside world. It's very beautiful, very pristine, with a nice river and a little barn, or not a barn, that's probably like a shed or a house. And we've got another little weird dragon just sitting down here. And then if we go to the right, we have this very, very funky looking painting, which is titled Surrealism, I think it is, in the game files. I love this painting, this is awesome. And then down below it, we have the biggest mystery so far of the museum level. We have Jane Goad Jagata. Now, I have a good friend of mine named Verberon. We'll have a very, very deep conversation about this in his iceberg video that he's making. So go check that out in the description down below when that's posted. Next we will go to the last passage, corridor 5. This is a funky shaped level. It looks like there's maybe going to be a item spawn here, and if we zoom in, we can see some words on that, and I can't make that out. I have no idea what that says. I will put a picture of what it looks like in the game files so you guys can attempt to read it out and tell me what it says, because to me, I mean, I don't know Swedish at all, so I don't even know what it could be. I don't know what the letters could be just by looking at it. But if you guys can figure that out, definitely let me know. I would love to see what's going on there. And that's basically it for the passage levels. There's not much going on. Obviously, these are just, as far as I know, they're beta versions of the levels. As well as this is not in-game. This is in Microsoft's 3D viewer. I have no way to get to these levels in-game, as far as I know, there is no way to directly load levels in R.E.P.O that has been found yet. Now, moving on to the normal modules, these are the ends. These levels are sort of the main rooms with a connector point on all sides. So the first one we have here is split column display. This one has, obviously you can see the 4 doors. If we zoom in a little bit, actually we don't really need to, we've got a chair, and then obviously right here in the middle of the room you have the display. This is the, obviously where the name of the level comes from. This is the split column display. Not too much going on in this little level. I can assume that these 3 squares back here are going to be some sort of pillar that goes up, so they didn't decide to texture that part because it won't be shown. Moving on, we have roundabout. This is just a simple circular or like a rounded square room. And the only thing it has is it has this right here. It's got the picture, the surreal picture again, with another Jane Goad Jagata image. As far as I know, this right here, this is just simply gibberish. I did look this up and translate it, and I couldn't find anything about it. Nothing at all. No different languages or anything. Another 4 doors, you know, and you have the seat right here. That is, if this door doesn't connect to anything, then I think the seat just kind of spawns there. We'll see. Really quickly, I just want to point out the fact that I looked in the game files and just barely happened to notice that these are all labeled as Museum Artist 1 through 6. All of the different small little plaques in the museum. So obviously these are supposed to be either some sort of name of the painting or name of obviously a museum artist. I just wanted to include that here since I completely missed it beforehand. And now I'll get back into the video. Now going back to here, we have my favorite named level. We have Mysterious Wall Hole. I don't know if that means these 2 walls or these 2 big doorways in the wall. They don't really seem that mysterious to me, but you know, maybe I've seen a couple of weird wall holes in my day, I guess. We've got another little weird dragon sitting over here in the corner. And other than that, we've got a pedestal, and that's kind of it for this level. As you can see, the levels don't have much in them from looking at them here. I don't get to see things like valuable spawn points. I don't get to see things like enemy spawn points, if that will show up. I'm hoping to be able to get a Unity version, not really up and working, but to a point where I can see all of the things that I think would be important for a video like this, other than simply showing you the level. However, it's taking forever, and it's really not been easy. So I've unfortunately had to just resort to using what I can. This is double column. As you can see, we have a bit of a different floor type, and it's textured really poorly. Definitely just like a placeholder texture for the floor. It's just kind of funny to see. We have another chair right here. I don't remember what the white boxes are. However, you can see the chair below. It's like a antique chair type deal. And here we have things that I actively wanted to show off. So we have Jane Goad Jagata here. It's a not important thing that I think is funny. We have this, which is a set of numbers. It is 959-196-996. I tried to see if it's some sort of cipher, some sort of, something going on. I couldn't find anything. However, I do have a feeling this is something. It could very well just be random numbers, but who knows? And then we have this, which to me looks like it's some sort of upside down writing. Again, I'll put a picture up and I'll flip it and stuff like that just to get a better look at it for everyone. But this looks upside down. Again, it's too blurry for me to tell what's going on, but that is a double column right there. Not too much going on, I think over here is another Jane Goad Jagata. Yeah, not too much going on. After that, we will open the next one, and it is called Curved Walkway. Pretty crazy name. Funny enough, in the naming, it's called Curved Walkways, and then in parentheses it says someone finish. So it seems like nobody wants to work on this level or something, or they just have neglected it a bit. It's very basic. As of right now, it's got nothing going on with it. It's got a funky design. I like the design, but really not much. This is definitely just a connector point for a bunch of different rooms. I can imagine they're probably not going to do much with it, but we'll see as the levels get updated and released. This one is actually the last. Yep, it looks like we are only at 5 normals. That is my bad, sorry. Then you have the singular dead end. This room is called Center Wall. This, as you can see, we have this entrance right here. And even in this level editor, not level editor, even in this little 3D viewer, you can see the door on the other side. This will only ever have this one entrance and exit. The only thing I really care to look at in this level, we have Django Jagata. Over here, we have some stuff. Zoom in. I, again, have no idea what that says. This is even more blurry and even smaller than the rest. Other than that, we have this, which looks like Hans Olsen. I can't tell what that is. It looks like OHSSE, maybe something after. But that first word is definitely Hans, maybe Hank. It looks like Hans. They're Swedish developers. It would make sense that that's the name they use. I have no idea who that is. If you guys have any idea what that could be or who that could be, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, again, currently, not much going on in the levels. I just thought it would be nice to go in and kind of look at them. Then, after that, there is one additional room, which is the start room of the museum. And this is the only one that is currently available. And it is simply just these little white boxes you can see here are where the carts spawn. That is the cart spawn points. For some reason, they show up on this. But this is the current only start room that is available. There will be more, obviously. Most levels have 2 or 3 available that get used at random, and that's basically it. So that is every level we can see right now, with every single random little thing on the wall that you have been able to find. Now, we've got the 3 paintings. I think, as far as I know, these paintings have been used before. I don't think they're museum only. However, I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen them in other levels before. However, we do have Django Jagata, which is, as far as I know, it's just simply a bunch of gibberish, complete nonsense. We have that weird number sequence that we saw on the wall. And then we also have Hans Olsen or Osen, that random, what I think is probably someone's name, just on a wall with an arrow pointing down to it. If you guys have any ideas about that, or maybe know what it could possibly be, definitely let me know down below. And yeah, that is basically it. That's all I have been able to find so far. That's really all I have for you. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you really enjoyed it. I will have more things coming out soon. I'm getting back into the swing of this whole video creation stuff, video editing. The only thing else that I want to talk about is my type of content. I'm thinking of sometime soon trying out some new stuff, not just sticking to this game files things, dabbling in a little bit of extra things that I find enjoyable as well. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.